So now, last night, we get the big news. Ever since Fremantle bought Supermarket Sweep from Al Howard Productions in 2018, everybody was wondering, will it come back or not? Are they pushing for it?
And it kind of made sense when you consider that that Al Howard's was bought out.
Mm-hmm. Well, as it turns out, we have a host.
Yep.
According to Deadline, who this is the link you gave me, Leslie Jones will host the new Supermarket Sweep reboot for Fremantle, and it's got multiple networks in bargaining. The list includes ABC, NBC, Fox, and Netflix.
And no CBS. Get on the train with this, guys. Everyone else is doing primetime game shows.
I think it's because CBS has tried primetime game shows a lot, in a good slot, mind you, and they never work.
Yeah, I don't think that aside from Candy Crush, they really haven't done much recently though. I think they really should try again now. Because back in the day I don't think it would have been the appropriate thing to do, but that's very trendy to do currently.
And it's cheap.
Yeah, that's the key thing.
But I think another reason CBS doesn't do it is because they've dedicated a lot of their schedule to Big Brother. And they're also dedicating a lot of their summer schedule to Love Island, which is getting a second season.
Hmm.
Which proves how wrong we were in our summer game show primer. Because
Yeah,
I
the
thought it was one and
predictions.
done.
Yeah, I mean that felt like a formality. Nope.
And then we were wrong. It's got season 2 in next summer. So I don't think it's CBS not wanting to try it. It's just that they don't have room for it. And with them burning off $1 Million Mile, which was hyped during the Super Bowl, I guess they're just going to stick with what they got, which is understandable. And plus, they got reruns of Blue Bloods, which is highly rated. They got all these high-rated dramas and cop shows and procedurals and sitcoms that they could have. So it's not a matter of getting it. It's just they don't want it. It's that market inefficiency over the summer.
Yeah.
So Leslie Jones is going to host after she left SNL, which honestly, good, because SNL has been terrible for the past 15 years. And so she'll be hosting. And remember what we talked about a couple weeks ago? How Fremantle is more than happy to help make a game show if you put some skin in the game. Leslie Jones is executive producing Supermarket Sweep.
Hmm.
So she's got some skin in the game.
Yep. I'm just wondering what I'm just wondering what excuse me. I'm just wondering what her thoughts are for all this. Like I know we'll find out, but like she apparently did grow up with the show, which you don't hear that a lot about with a lot of these hosts. Which is certainly different that they would put that in a press release. I thought that was interesting, at least.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, we had Elizabeth Banks, and I think this Supermarket Sweep will mirror Pressure Luck with Elizabeth Banks, because Elizabeth Banks in interviews grew up with Pressure Luck, not necessarily from CBS, but mainly from USA, from its reruns on USA. So it's going to be, I have high hopes for this, especially what I feel, though, is that it will probably take a Wednesday night time slot, and it replaces Card Sharks.
Hmm. I think Netflix is going to win the bid. I really do because they're trying so many different things.
Right, because the list includes ABC, NBC, Fox, and Netflix. Well, let's just get rid of Fox right now. They're not going to have the money to do it.
They might, but I don't think they'll. I don't think they'll. I don't think they'll win the bid. I don't think they'll be interested enough. That's where I'm at.
Mm-hmm. It's because they don't have. It's another example of where the hell are you going to put it?
Yeah. Is that too? And maybe it's just service to say, okay, we're bidding on this property. Check us out. It's to stay relevant. I mean, that happens sometimes.
Yep. And NBC is probably going to make a good bid for it because they want to keep Leslie Jones in the fold because of her stuff with SNL and her work for covering the 2 most recent Olympic Games.
Yep. And then ABC would want her because, she's on Pyramid a decent amount, and then they could do a kind of a game show crossover. Like, who knows?
That's right. It's what they did with Joel McHale a lot this year because he was on Pyramid. He was on To Tell the Truth, I think, twice.
And they do that with Baldwin a lot, so.
Mm-hmm.
Baldwin was on Pyramid this year, so.
Yep. And she was the one pushing for Supermarket Sweep. And Netflix, you said, is a good contender. I think so. That is a possibility because she's already in business with Netflix on a comedy special. So she could be like, I'll do the comedy special for you, but you got to take this along as well.
Yeah, package deal.
Mm-hmm. And would be an interesting revenue for Fremantle and could cause and this is why I'm thinking it's going to be ABC or NBC.
All right.
Because Netflix might be in the discussion, but that could piss off a partner that Fremantle has right now in Amazon Prime. Because a lot of Fremantle shows are on Amazon Prime.
Including Supermarket Sweep, notably.
60 episodes worth of Supermarket Sweep, including 40 that are never on Buzzard. Because they're from 2000. So, if I were a betting woman, I would say ABC or NBC.
I'm going to stick with Netflix. I think their bid is just going to be too crazy. I think that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just have so much money that they can throw at this that's going to be impossible to top.
And you got to wonder when that is going to come from. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would like that as a viewer because that means I can smash through all the episodes at once, so.
I did that with Supermarket Sweep on Amazon Prime.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That was great about that, too. So as soon as the 2001 goes up, I'm going to watch like 4 or 5 of these a day. Boop, 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 boop. Yep.
And speaking of Supermarket Sweep, the UK version that's going to be on ITV2 of Ryan Clark Neal just had a commercial come out for it. It is a revival of the UK version, which I am pretty blunt on that it is nowhere near as good as the US version.
I mean, I've seen the UK original version, and it's. I mean, honestly, it feels cramped. Like they needed a bigger stage.
Like, here is my problem with the UK version, and I talked about this on an old web show called US versus UK, which is on Multimedia Mouth. I don't know if the link is still up. But the problem that I had with the UK version is that it felt like you were shopping in a bodega.
Yeah, I could see that. I definitely could see that.
Whereas, especially since the American version looked like a supermarket.
Yeah, like Matt Ottinger was telling me a really great story about the US one that From certain angles, he said, because he was on the set, he told me, um, that from certain angles he couldn't tell that he wasn't in an actual supermarket. And then, of course, he went on to tell a story about how the soda started to escape from the cans after 3 years of holding use, because they actually had genuine, bottles for a while, and then they just had a huge mess to clean up. Apparently, like in 1993 or 92, but it's like it got everywhere. Like they had no idea about how if you keep soda around that long, it actually will escape the bottle. Some cool science about that, but yikes!
Yep. And then there's the Canadian version, and it tried to be a mix of both the UK and the US version, and it was just terrible.
Ugh. And I don't like oh let's choose your prize. Oh like that part just felt I don't know. You know what it reminded me of, and it's kind of weird because they didn't do this, but it felt like something out of Save to Win.
It's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
Well, not exactly as it was,
no,
but it was a crapshoot.
yeah, exactly.
And what really got me was how cheap the prizes were. Sure, the top prize was 5,000, but otherwise you would like get maid service for a couple of months, and you can't forget that Nabob coffee. Like every show, they would plug Nabob or Vortman or certain things. It never felt like a real supermarket.
Yeah, and I hope they keep that feeling really because I mean I realize supermarkets have changed a lot and they really should try to modernize it in that respect. But you want it to feel like you're actually at the store. Like, I mean, because if they kept it at the 90s levels and so forth, it wouldn't feel like you're at the store. I mean, that's just it. It has been nearly 17 years since the show's been on.
Mm-hmm.
So, keeping it feeling like you're there, I just hope they have, and I don't know how you would work this. At the stores around here, you have a robot that cleans the floors. I hope they work that into something, like a robot cleaner.
Or just if you have the robot cleaner, just have stick some envelopes on it.
Yeah, stick some envelopes on it, or have it just be a bonus. Like that would work too. Like they
Mm-hmm.
had the night you could roll for a long time in the lifetime version, so
Yep. But yeah, I'm honestly looking forward to it.
I really am. I'm actually gonna.
And the reason I'm looking forward to it is that the shows that have executive producers who have skin in the game will make the show the best that it could be. Elizabeth Banks did it.
Yeah, I love Press Your Luck now. I'm gonna try out for both of these shows. Like this is just like pretty much every game show has been revived, every single one, and it's like what? Like I can't even watch all of these because with the learning and studying I do every night. I don't have time for all of this because there's too much good content. Like, what a problem to have, right?
Yep. And that's why there's Game Show Gumbo, folks.
Yep.
We watch it so you don't have to.
But you still should and can if
Yeah.
you want.
New episode coming August 31st or September 1st. Just let everybody know. So watch for it. It'll be a special salute to the 90s, the 99 game show boom.